Hey guys, what's up? It's the Culture Detective here, investigating your favorite movies. And today I'm going to be doing another movie roundup video where I talk about the movies, animes, and TV shows I watched in the last few weeks or so. So yes, this is the actual last video, or actually probably the second last video I will ever be making in this channel before I return to Hong Kong. So bear with me. Yay! So, I started off September by finishing Secret Invasion, which is the new Marvel TV show, and it's impressively boring. None of the characters are interesting, none of the conflicts feel fresh. The whole thing is just one big forgettable mess. I love the concept, but the execution is just kinda sloppy, unfortunately. 5 out of 10. And then I watched The Cremator, directed by Uri Hertz, and wow, this movie blew my mind. It's disturbing, disgusting, very psychological and artsy, and it came from the 1960s. I love the scene transitions, I love the fourth wall breaks, I love the use of wide-angled lens. Artistically, this film is stacked, but also content-wise, this is a great character study of a man whose distorted beliefs of Buddhism lead him further and further into insanity. It is a downward spiral, and then afterwards he gets radicalized into, I don't know if YouTube allows me to say this, but Nazi, and it just puts such a psychological spin on such a dark and depressing topic, and it's so entertaining, so refreshing, yet at the same time, so well done, so thought-provoking. 9 out of 10. Then I watched Table for Six, which is a Hong Kong comedy film released last year, and it's okay, it's alright. It's a bit annoying at times, and it tries too hard to be funny at times. This is like Eat, Drink, Man, Woman for dumb people. It's just not as intelligent or as mature as it tries to be. But I really like the way the main character is handled, and his character arc is really well done. I just don't like that really traditional and conservative values are being reinforced by this film. So yeah, 6 out of 10. Afterwards, I watched The Big Chill, directed by Lawrence Kasdan, and I watched it for my Film 5 class, and which I already dropped, by the way. So it's the last film I'm watching for the class, and it's not bad. I love how subtle the film portrays its characters, and their past struggles and their personalities. It's also really cleanly directed, and Jeff Goldblum steals every single scene he's in. The ending is really whack, and the whole movie is morally a bit questionable at times, but it's still a really enjoyable watch for some reason. 7 out of 10. On the same day, it's my birthday! Yay! And I decided to pick a good film to watch, and I picked Pather Panchali, directed by Satyajit Roy. And yeah, the film is a really great piece of neo-realist cinema. It's really human, really personal. I love the simple conflicts, poverty, relationships, and it's just really well done. I just wish I saw it on a big screen when I'm less tired to get the full experience, because I was really freaking tired when I watched the film. That being said though, I must say the cinematography is gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous. Nobody frames the rural village of Bengal as beautiful as Subrata Mitra, so this is amazing. 9 out of 10. Immediately on the next day, I went to the Academy Museum and watched Floating Weeds, or Ugiksa, by Ozu Yasujiro, and it is not as good as the other 2 Ozu films I've seen, unfortunately. This one is really patience-testing, really slow-paced, and not in a poetic way or anything. But the second half gets emotional, it gets interesting, and it gets really good. And it still remains to be one of the most beautiful looking films I have ever seen. Like every single shot, you can just pause the movie at any point and it will look like a wallpaper. It's wallpaper worthy. It's gorgeous. 8 out of 10. Then I watched Sicario. A bit, partially, yeah. So for the class film 41, which by the way I'm not even enrolled in, we had to watch Sicario, and I watched the first 40 minutes and it ran out of time, but what I can say so far is that it's amazing. I love the banging drums, I love the simple cinematography. It's a really simple story, but really intense, really effective. If I have to give it a score so far, it would be 8 out of 10, but I probably won't give it a score because I haven't seen it completely yet, but it's really good. Then I watched Meg to the Trench, and it's goofy, it's silly, it's also not that entertaining. 3 out of 10. Then I watched Days of Wine and Roses, and yeah, it is a drama film from 1962 about a couple destroying each other through alcohol. It's a really great concept. It's simple, but it works. I also love how small and realistic the conflict is. This is, however, clearly an anti-alcohol film, or at least an anti-alcoholic film, and it pushes its agenda really freaking hard. And that said though, the performances are great, but the film takes a while to pick up its pace, but I still really like it overall. 7 out of 10. Finally, I finished watching Cowboy Bebop. I already made an 18-minute long anime review yesterday, but yes, it is a masterpiece. I love the characters, I love the settings. The star of the show is the music. The soundtrack tries every genre known to mankind, from drum and bass and jungle beats to heavy metal, from jazz to folk music, from country to hip hop. I think there's hip hop. I don't even know. I wouldn't be surprised. But the soundtrack tries every genre and it just works every single freaking time. I also love themes of existential boredom and facing the past. I love that because it is episodic. You never really know what sort of episode you're getting on the next episode, which makes it a really enjoyable experience. And overall, I really love Cowboy Bebop. 9 out of 10. Then yesterday, or more like a couple days ago, I went to the Secret Movie Club in downtown LA to watch Ashes of Time Redux by Kar-Wai. And it's a really interesting film. It's definitely not for casual moviegoers, not for casual Kar-Wai fans either, but it's still really good. Not only is this film beautiful, but also the way he puts his spin on such a classic martial arts novel is really intriguing. I love the themes of love, sickness, and longing explored in such a hazy, dreamy way. That said though, the film takes itself way more seriously than any other Kar-Wai films, so it's not as charming at all. It's not a charming film, it's not a cool, jazzy film. It's very freaking serious. But even so, it's beautifully shot, it's interesting, and apparently the Redux version is not as good as the original, so I need to really see the original first, but for now I would say it's a light 8 out of 10. So yeah, these are the movies, TV shows, and animes I watched in the last few weeks. I'm actually going to watch Larissa Shepitko's The Ascent later, but that's pretty much it. And then afterwards, I'm basically going to go back to Hong Kong. So, have you watched these movies, TV shows, and animes? Comments below, let me know, subscribe if you want more, and thanks for watching.